Top 10 shocking conspiracy theories that turned out to be true. Hey there, mystery lovers and truth seekers. Welcome back to Timeless Soul Journeys channel. In this video, we're diving into a fascinating and mind-blowing topic, conspiracy theories. Now, some of these wild stories might make you roll your eyes and say, no way. But what if I told you that some of these so-called crazy ideas turned out to be true? Yes, you heard me right. We've got 10 shocking conspiracy theories from around the world that started as rumors and ended up being undeniable facts. And trust me, number 10 shook the whole world. So don't even think about skipping ahead. Let's dive in. 1. The Watergate scandal. Let's kick things off with one of the biggest scandals in political history, the Watergate scandal. Back in the 1970s, people whispered that the US President Richard Nixon's administration was involved in spying on their political opponents. At first, it sounded like a crazy conspiracy theory. Who would do something so bold? But then, investigative reporters uncovered secret tapes and evidence showing that Nixon's team did bug the Democratic National Committee's office. This shocking discovery led to Nixon's resignation in 1974. It was a reminder that sometimes the truth really is stranger than fiction. 2. The CIA's MKUltra program. Now, have you ever heard of mind control experiments? No. Sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? But here's the thing. This one was real. In the 1950s and 60s, the CIA secretly ran a program called MKUltra. They tested drugs like LSD on unsuspecting citizens, trying to see if they could control people's minds. Many victims didn't even know they were part of the experiments. For years, this was dismissed as a wild theory. But declassified documents later revealed the shocking truth. It's a chilling reminder of how governments can sometimes push the boundaries of ethics. 3. The Tuskegee syphilis experiment. Imagine being promised free medical care, only to discover that you were part of a cruel experiment. That's exactly what happened in the Tuskegee syphilis experiment in the US. From 1932 to 1972, researchers studied African-American men with syphilis but didn't treat them, even when a cure, penicillin, became available. The truth came out in 1972, sparking outrage and mistrust in the healthcare system. What started as whispers of a conspiracy turned out to be one of the darkest chapters in medical history. 4. The Gulf of Tonkin incident. Here's a conspiracy theory that changed the course of history. In 1964, the US government claimed North Vietnamese forces attacked American ships in the Gulf of Tonkin. This led to the US entering the Vietnam War, but years later it was revealed that the second attack never happened. Declassified documents showed that the incident was exaggerated to justify military action. This revelation fueled public skepticism about government transparency and remains a powerful example of how misinformation can lead to major consequences. 5. Big tobacco and cancer. For decades, people suspected that tobacco companies were hiding the truth about smoking and its connection to cancer. And guess what? They were right. In the mid-20th century, internal documents from major tobacco companies revealed that they knew smoking was harmful but actively worked to suppress this information. They even launched misleading ad campaigns to make cigarettes seem safe. Eventually, lawsuits and public pressure forced them to come clean. This was a victory for public health, but it took years of fighting to get there. 6. Operation Paperclip. Next up, let's talk about Operation Paperclip, a conspiracy theory that turned out to be shockingly true. After World War II, the US government secretly brought Nazi scientists to America. The goal? To use their knowledge to gain an edge in the Cold War. At first, the public couldn't believe that the US would work with former Nazis. But declassified files confirmed that this operation was real. It's a strange and uncomfortable chapter in history, showing how far nations will go for power. 7. The Iran-Contra affair. In the 1980s, rumors swirled that the US government was secretly selling weapons to Iran and using the money to fund rebel groups in Central America. It sounded too wild to be true until it wasn't. Investigations revealed that senior officials in the Reagan administration were involved in this illegal scheme. Known as the Iran-Contra affair, it caused a huge political scandal. This conspiracy theory proved that even the highest levels of government aren't immune to secret dealings. 8. the Manhattan Project. During World War II, rumors spread about a secret project to build a superweapon. Many dismissed it as fantasy, but it was real, and it changed the world forever. The Manhattan Project was a top-secret US mission to develop the atomic bomb. Over 130,000 people worked on it, and they managed to keep it hidden until the bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945. It's incredible to think about how such a massive operation stayed under wraps for so long. 9. The NSA and mass surveillance. Here's one for the digital age. For years, conspiracy theorists claimed that governments were watching us through our phones and computers. Many people laughed it off until Edward Snowden blew the whistle in 2013. Snowden revealed that the US National Security Agency, NSA, was conducting mass surveillance on citizens worldwide. They were collecting phone records, emails, and more without people's knowledge or consent. This revelation sparked a global debate about privacy and security, proving that the conspiracy theorists weren't so crazy after all. 10. Project Sunshine. And now the moment you've been waiting for. This one is both shocking and deeply unsettling. Project Sunshine. After World War II, conspiracy theorists claimed that the government was stealing dead bodies for scientific experiments. Sounds horrifying, right? But it was true. In the 1950s, researchers secretly used tissue samples from deceased individuals, often without the family's permission, to study the effects of nuclear radiation. When this was finally exposed, it caused outrage worldwide. It's a grim reminder of how far some will go in the name of science. Wow, those were some wild revelations, weren't they? These stories remind us to always question what we hear and dig deeper for the truth. Which of these surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. You won't want to miss our next deep dive into the world's greatest mysteries. Until next time, stay curious and keep questioning.